important thing. That is, if you don't sleep in the evening, last night, then you feel very sleepy today. Do you know that? Yeah. Did you sleep enough last night?
Yes.
I did. But it's okay. And today I went to the sea. I mean, oh. Huh? You don't know there's a beach around here? Did you go to the beach sometime? Huh? You swim? Too cold, huh?
Yes.
I saw a lot of people swim, you know that, today. It's so cold, I don't know how they do it. Well, I did it in the Himalaya before. Well, I never do it again. You know, in the Himalaya, it's the Ganges River. The most, sacred river of the Indian people. And it begins in the Himalaya, very high mountain. The place where the Ganges River first originates, it's called Gangotri, means the source of the Ganges River. And I went there, and the water just flowed directly from the ice. You don't see any more river, just water running from the icy cold mountain. And that's where the water came from first. And then you can bathe in there. A lot of people go there to take a bath in summer. And then believe it, they clean their sin. I told you already, did I not? Yeah? No? Jesus. You have bad memories. Which is good for me. When I run out of stories, I can just repeat the old one. You don't know the difference. Okay, so millions of people go there every year. Some of them die in between, before and after. But still people like to go there to clean their sin. And normally they come there and just splash some water on their face because the water is so cold. It just came from the ice, just a little bit, like zero degree, and the water just flow in ice. Because the sun of the summer, melt the top of the snow, the top layer of the snow and of the ice, so the water will run down there, and that is how the Ganges begin. And people go there and splash the water on the face, or hand or thing like that, or their feet, so that they believe their sins is clean. And I went there and did exactly the same. But then I thought, then only my face and my hand are cleansed of the sin. How about the rest of my body? That won't do. So I jump in. Oh my God! Trời đất ơi, lạnh quá! Nói gì chứ lạnh muốn chết. I jump in, I have to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I have to jump out. Because then if you don't jump out after 5, you never jump out again. And you will float out, to the plane like this and become one of the many. Because in India, after people die, they don't bury. Mostly they will burn the corpse, or they just throw it in the Ganges River. First they burn it and throw the ashes in the river, any river, because the Ganges has many branches too. And there are 3 of the source of the Ganges. One is Yamuna tree, the other is Gangotri, the other is what tree? Oh, never mind. Another tree somewhere. I forgot the name. And mostly people in India, after they die, no, not after they die, but after somebody die,
the living will burn them. The one who has money, their bodies will be burned by their relatives and friends until become ashes, and then they put into an urn, box like this, and then they went to the water, big water like Ganges river, and throw it in. But some people don't have enough money, so they just throw it in, and then after a while it becomes swollen and white, it looked like a foreigner, Yeah, originally it's black and small, like Indian, but after 3 days it's become like an American. Really fat, big, white, all swollen. So sometimes if you walk along too long, along the Ganges river, because there are many roads along the Ganges river, and you walk too long and you're tired and you don't know where to rest, you just lay near the Ganges river, not too near in water, they will rise up in the night, and then take some of the body, the still intact body and swollen and soft and white, and make it the pillow. It's very soft. You try. No, I don't tell lie. You try. Or you can meditate on it, So when you go to India, there's no need cushion so clumsy like you. Just go to Ganges, the riverside, and pick any of your size or bigger size. Then just sit on it. It's pretty soft. Soft and just, spongy. And then when you sit in such a corpse, you feel in samadhi. I guarantee. Because you're too frightened to move. Just stiff like this. Yeah. A lot of yogis, they do that. Nobody is afraid of death in India. They will laugh at you if you're scared of death, nah? But for them, to die is liberation. You just go from somewhere else, it's better, and you take a rest. And if you want to come back to this world again, or if it is your destiny or your mission to come back, you will just come back. Yeah, no problem. And it is so. Of course, there's some places unpleasant, but most people go to pleasant place, like astral paradise, and then come back again. No? And when you die, the body has no more problem. It won't cause any problem to anybody else. The corpse is just dead, discarded kind of material. So nobody is ever afraid of death at all. You know that? No, you don't? Okay, go to India, get a corpse, sit on it and ask it. Should I be afraid of you? He said, mm-mm. And then you run. Yeah, it looks very bad sometimes if you happen to see some corpse which is half decomposed and half is still there, or half is eaten by dogs or vultures, and half is still hanging around there. Yeah, then it looks very ugly, huh? But when the corpse is still complete, and fat and white and puffy, it make a good pillow and meditation cushion. You can try. I guarantee satisfaction, money back. The rumor has it that because of so many like decomposed body in the Ganges water, that's why the water is so pure. Yuck. They say the calcium, from those rotten bones or something, purify the water. So actually, there's so much garbage and trash and yucky thing go into the Ganges river, but the water is really pure. You can put it in a jar for 10 years, it won't go rotten. It's just as it is, They don't have like purified system in India, and they don't have a filter to make sure the water is clean even. No, they just drink like that. straight. Some people use cloth to filter it, but some people don't. And sometimes some leprosy, the sick people, leprosy sickness, leprosy kind of center, situated next to the Ganges river bank, on top of yours, on top of your river as a section. And people still go to the river there. And in India, sometimes they don't have sanitary system like bathroom, toilet, and all that. So everything just very freely go anywhere. And sometimes you happen to encounter, yesterday chapatis on the road, or milk, under your feet, but in different form and different smell, of course, because it's been 2-3 days old already. It's been go through some filter system. So you just have to put up with it. Sometimes, you think of Himalaya or how you say Indian and some riverside as a very romantic, mysterious place to go to sit for meditation. But when I went there the very last time, it was terrible. It was summer, and I went to the top of the Himalaya, where the source of mysterious story like Babaji, Yogananda, teacher and all that came from. And I was dying to find a riverside spot to sit and meditate, as is described in the book. You have to do everything according to the book. It sounds so romantic, The yogi sit next to the river, on the bank of the river and all that, and forget everything, just be in blissful reunion with God. Oh God, I try hard. Because everywhere is, 3-4 days old chapatis. And the smell is also awful, just like 3 days old. It's just terrible. You can't even find a place to sit next to the water anymore. And that was one of the holiest places in India and in the Himalaya. Because so many people go there every year. And that's why it become a little bit unholy. Everything so polluted and smells so bad. The nearer the holy place, the more messy. So sometimes the illusion and the reality don't match. We imagine a lot of things. For example, in Tibet also, you heard about so many big monasteries, where all the holy monks, like thousands or sometimes 10,000 of them reside there, study together, and it's a pretty impressive sight. But next to the monastery, on the empty spot, empty yard behind the monastery, sometime in the morning, thousands of them sit there, do the same business. In the open. They don't have any other system. They just let the nature take care of nature, So that's the way it is. And sometimes if you're not used to it, you can feel very... When I was in India, I'm a very shy person, Everybody is, when it comes to that. But you just have to put up with it. So I have to go everywhere. I wear big robe, I know now why the Indian people wear robe instead of trousers. Not mini jeep, No, robe, like sarong, wrap around, large and airy, very convenient. When you sit, it just flow around. Just, protective, just form of protection all around you, like an umbrella. Yeah? And to make sure, I had another umbrella on top. So I have roof and walls. And then you're convenient everywhere. Otherwise, sometimes the bus just stops right on the middle of nowhere. And behind the bus is a high mountain you can't climb, as stiff as the wall. No? And in front of you is a cliff just as stiff as the wall too. So you can both become cliffhanger there or cliffhanger here. So you just have no choice but do it right there. So the sarong, and the umbrella is pretty helpful. In case you want to go to India to find a holy master or something, don't forget these two stuff. Huh? And sleeping bag, of course. Anyhow, and sometimes you have to be quick. These are some practical tips I have to give you. I'm sorry if you don't like it. You have to be quick. Because sometimes you can only do it at night. In daytime, you're too shy, Too many people, thousands of them look on all the time. They don't know what privacy means, okay? And also, there are a lot of wild animals here. And so the rope is convenient, because if you sit down, you can always jump up and run again. If you wear trousers, it's very difficult. By the time you zip it up, the animal come up to you. Because sometimes you just prepare to sit and you come. Somebody want to say hello. In a very Himalayan language, Even though you don't understand that language, I advise you, don't stay there. Don't say hello back, just run. Yes. So sometimes there are a lot of things that you don't know about the Himalaya. And sometimes a big snake, as big as your body, cobra, like rattlesnake, some what. And I say, wear glasses, snake and all that. Oh, they look pretty impressive when they raise their head at you and say hello. Hi there. Huh? I don't think you should return the greeting. Either you stay still or you run fast. Well, it's not all that bad. In my house, there's only scorpions and centipedes, snow snakes. Snakes stay outside. But the scorpions, they are funny, Maybe it's too cold or maybe they are lazy. They don't bite you. Why they didn't bite me? But they did bite some neighbor. I think my neighbor's scorpion are more diligent than mine. Because mine never bit me. One time I sleep. Oh, this is another story. Later, okay. Okay, so my scorpions is, they sleep with me. They sleep under the couch, huh? Not that I really have a couch. It's just a very rotten kind of four-leg kind of, I'll say, they get some kind of, some mấy cái dây rừng nó nói sao ha? Rotten? May gì? Hỏi tiếng Anh nói tiếng Việt. Those rope were made from the bark of the trees and all that. And then they knit them together and then hang them on the four poles, like that. And it's just like a hang mat. And you throw your sleeping bag on it, zip it up and sleep. And then meanwhile you can see through, not that I have magical power, but I can see through the walls and the roof. Thousands of holes in everywhere. I call them 5,000-star hotel. And it's pretty cheap, yeah. And then the scorpion, of course, like to wander around, through the halls, through the roof, and then sometimes drop on top of my sleeping bag and just stay there. And then in the morning when I wake up and say, "Ooh, what is that?" And he raised his head and say, "It's me." It's me, Scorpio. So I had to take, one or two of them under the pillow or the blanket or under the table or under the chair or under the bed. Huh? Sometimes a lot, maybe 10 of them. And centipedes, and take them together, put them in a jar, and then go out for a walk, and then find some big rock and take that. Let them take refuge. And next day, others come again. Every day I'm busy. Take care of these sentient beings. But it was fun because there's nothing much to do. That was in one of the houses, the mud houses that I stay. Why they call mud houses? Because they use mud to make the wall. They just simple, tie some piece of wood or something together, and then they put cow shit and yeah, really, I'm not kidding you. That's what they use. Or else what you call that? Huh? Man. Do you think when we say that the things will change the quality or something? Okay. Okay, not couch, it may be bullshit. And they mix them with some kind of grass, and then just pat it on the wall, and then when it dry, that's what it is. And of course, when it dry, there are a lot of holes will appear, because it's never enough. And of course, you can fix them by go out and find some more bullshit and fix it up. When you live there, or you don't care about all this bullshit anyhow. Okay, so that's thing. That's one of those houses I live. Most of the house in Himalaya like that, if you even have a house. And sometimes they also rent a veranda to you. Like that kind of house already occupied. So outside of the house there is a cái mái hiên đó, veranda phải? Huh? Huh? Garage? They don't even have any garage. Huh? Veranda, huh? Cái mái hiên á? Okay. You can rent the veranda as well. It's cheaper. And you take you put your belonging in a corner, and you hang your mosquito net there, and that's where your house is. If you don't have a mosquito nest, you can rent. They will also rent you blanket, mosquito net, and a warm stove and coal you can buy. And then you can cook something for yourself. But it's not much, huh? Mostly there, I just eat raw. It's too much to carry a lot of utensil around. And when you climb very high, you can't afford. There's no car, no garage, no train, no motorcycle. I don't never see any motorcycle climb the mountain yet, but there may be in the future. And not even bicycle. The only bus you can take is number 11. And it goes pretty slow. Especially uphill. Huh? And when you carry your sleeping bag and chapati flour and, kangbei, cup, steel cup or a spoon or whatever. Everything very heavy. So the higher you go, the more stuff you throw away. When I started my journey, I took a lot of things. I would need that, I would need this umbrella, 3-4 spoon, 2 chopsticks for different size, and 2 cups and 2 dishes and all stainless steel, and all that. And books even, and maps, and binoculars and glasses and everything. Wow, complete, like a real explorer. Yeah. But every step I go, I have to drop one thing. Wow, you had no idea how heavy the sleeping bag even can become. When it's damp, and raining a little, snowing a little, and the sleeping bag just suck in all this, and it become heavier and heavier, and my feet also became heavier because it's a sports shoe that I wear. I have not been in Himalaya before. I thought sports shoe we do, but sports shoe, all the water came inside, and the snow also sneak in because it's warmer there, And I take refuge in my shoes. And then after I walk for many miles, the feet became very big and heavy as well, and you walk like this. When you have a place to rest, then you have to take all your shoes out, wring your socks, and hang it on some stove somewhere, or wash them, and then wear them again next morning. But most of the time, they don't have time to dry so fast. They don't have dryer in the Himalaya, and in the morning, sometimes we have to go very early to go together with the group, huh? Yeah, and so you have to hurry. So most of the time I wear also damp clothes, very damp. I have only 2 pair of clothes, so I get one wash and one wear. But sometimes both of them look like washed because it's all in the rain, So I have a choice either to wear that one, soak it in the rain, or to wear the other one was soaked in the stream water. It's both the same. Sometimes they don't have time to dry. But after you walk for a while, it dry by wind and air and your temperature of body. It can dry, because if you walk, your temperature rise up, you became hot. And most of the times I walk. Sometimes in the very rare region, they have horses for rent. And they have, they call laborer who carry you behind, in the back, or 4 laborer to carry a seat and chair kind, and you sit in the middle. But be careful, because it's very slippery. Sometimes they throw the customer, down. And both of them also, 4 of them also crawling, and the 5 crawl together. and the chair became pieces, It's very dangerous sometimes. That's why people don't often go there. And if they go there and they came back in 1 piece, they think they're very lucky. Yeah. Sometimes 1 piece is in the Himalaya, another piece flow down the ocean, and another piece hang on the tree somewhere. Yeah, because it's dangerous. If you just walk not carefully and slip, 1 step, and you became like sometime, dust, because so high, you become different pieces. A lot of people die every year going on pilgrim. Okay, let's go back to the scorpion stuff. Another time when I stay also near the Himalaya, another place called Rishikesh, they also rent this kind of mud houses. Because the house inside is stuffy, they don't make a very big deal, like big window with screen door and all that. So most of the time I climb up the roof and sleep. Yeah. And after a while, many other people, neighbor, the pilgrims like me, or sometimes Westerner, they go there and meditate, because there are a lot of ashram around there. One of the master, very famous, this master from the Beatles, transcendental meditation, yogis, he's one, I say, originate from there too. That place called Rishikesh. A lot of masters went there in different times to meditate. I also stay there for 2 months and meditate sometimes. And so I went to the roof to sleep. And, most often the scorpion come up to the roof like me, do yoga exercise and then meditate like big deal, and then and in the morning get up, with the sun, exercise and meditate for a while and then go down. But we don't have a staircase, You have to kind of climb the wall with your nails. Because the wall is mud anyhow, and there's some hole in there. You just put your toe in there, or you put your finger in there, and then you just find your way up. It's okay. I always found my way up. Oh, okay. Okay, now let's go to stuff. Did I tell you about my husband? My ex-husband, when he went there and meet me? Oh, really? Okay, hang on. Don't be too excited and make trouble for me. I forget. What was it that I said? Oh, forget it, huh? Forget it. Okay. Okay, at that time when I was in that place called Rishikesh, did I tell you the neighbor was beaten black and blue? No, okay, next to me. Okay, let's go fast because it's painful. Oh, she was beaten, so swollen everywhere. And I had to go to the hospital. It was so poisonous. But they didn't bite me. But I found one, next to my pillow. In the morning. He just lay there like dead. And I say, "Hi there, are you alive or dead?" And he moves his whisker, to let me know, don't touch me. I said, no. I just said hello, okay. And then, okay, so that's the place. Huh? Okay, so I just tell you the story. And then at that time, I was about maybe a year or something already in the Himalaya. I didn't see my ex-husband then, the doctor. Huh? I just call the doctor better. Husband, what for? I hate. Sound like a housewife. Okay, so what happened is I stayed there for a while, and then my so-called husband, ex, last, or never seen again. He went there to meet me, but he didn't know I was there. I also didn't know he was coming. I was in Delhi before and in other region and stay in different ashram, with different masters and different groups, just to learn here and there and checking out everything. And then I was tired of all the groups and the ashram politics. So I went alone. I went to different places to meditate. And Rishikesh was not the first place, and it's not the only place, but this is place where things take place. And then I stayed there for 2 months. And then my ex-husband, he had holiday or something, or he missed me somehow. He went to India to want to find me, and he went to Delhi, the ashram that he knew that I was there before. So he went there, but he didn't find me. So he hang around. Nobody know where I went. He hang around and tried to find somebody who knows me. So anyhow, and meanwhile he was miserable, and they tried to tell him that you should not worry about your wife, you should worry about your soul, What's that? So, and at that time he already knew that I was in Rishikesh. Yeah? So he said to them, my soul is in Rishikesh. So the next day he packed, and he just have a knapsack, backpack. Yeah, and then he went there to see me. But talk about Rishikesh, it's also big, It's not just like our meditation center here. It's a city, a small city. So many ashrams, so many things going on, so many people all the time. But he went to my room and found me. Actually, I wasn't in my room. I was on top of another mountain where there was a spring water coming out, and I was washing my clothes, and taking a morning bath. Sometimes I go to the Ganges River and take bath there, but sometimes I took bath next to the stream near my home, my rented room. Okay, but that was another story took place before that. Okay. Meanwhile, before my ex-husband came, there was another friend who came. And actually, it's not a real friend. I don't really have any friend. When I stayed in one ashram in Delhi, he was there too. And he was kind of famous because he's Canadian Chinese, the one and only in the group of Indian or Western people. And I'm also one and only kind of Asia face over there. So he and I were both very famous. I was famous because I worked for the ashram, and they named me Smiling Steps, because they say every step I go, I smile. Yeah. So I never saw if I smile or not. I didn't possess a mirror there. But I was very beloved. And sometimes people even bow to me, They prostrate in front of me, and I was so scared. those with long beard and big turban, about 70 years old, it will fit enough to be my grandmaster. Yeah, sometimes they just prostrate to me. I don't understand anything. Anyhow, that was by the way. Okay, and he was famous there, and I also knew him because he brought there with the trend like survival into 24 centuries, things like that, with raw food, sprouts and wheat germs, whatever that is. So everybody in that ashram, because they also bored, have nothing to do, they follow him. And he was a kind of, survival guru. And then we grow wheat germs on top of our bath tower and grow sprout in front of our, window and on top of our washing sink, thing like that. So he was famous for a while. Nah? And when I was there for a while, he went there also. He went there and then he somehow found me. And he saw me, And then he asked me, "Oh, this is a nice room. Actually, very cheap, just a mud house, square like this, a top, and no window, no door, Or you can have a door, but, look like no door at all. Quack, 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 like that, a big piece of wood, and then you have to push with all your might. And then when you open it, bang, sometimes it bang on your head, It's very difficult. So he likes it, because in such a places, to find a private room like that is heaven. You can stay in any ashram there if you want, free of charge, but you can only stay 3 days in each. That's the rule. Because they don't want you to stay there forever and bring all the lice and louse and, rise them there and be attached to the ashram. So they're very hospitable, but 3 days only, and then you move. And then you keep moving all the time. It's very tiring. So got a room like that, and then he was very interested. He asked me whether he can rent one himself. I said, "Oh, not at the moment, not that I know of, but 3 more days, you have one next door to me. So if you want to wait, and you can come back again." He said, "Oh, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't know how to go around here." First day, I said, "Okay, then stay here in my room. I don't sleep here anyhow. I sleep on the roof every day, and you go." And so you sleep here, Actually, in the ashram before, we sometimes sleep together, not in one bed, in one room. Sometimes ashram, they make very big room, and then you sleep just like in Melly, like sardine in the doors, in the box, like fish in the boxes. It's okay, no problem. We don't mind. So anyhow, we already knew each other, and I think, no, I didn't share room with him, but sometimes we sleep outside together, a lot of people together, or we went away with the teacher, then we just have to sleep anywhere that there is a corner to lay your head on. Or sometimes you cannot. Like sometimes 6 months on stretch, I have to sit. I don't have a place to even lay down. So I have a chair, like folding chair like you, like on the beach chair, I take it with me, and one of a small suitcase. So in the evening, I just open it and sit on the chair and put my leg on my suitcase. And how I sleep for 6 months. And in the daytime, sometimes I fold it, sometimes I don't. Fold it is better. Now I stay in a corner. Like on the roof of any house, they sometimes build a little bit extra higher wall on the roof, and then the corner is like this, So I sit in one corner and I put my blanket on top of that corner, and that's where my house was. Every day. It's just pretty hot there, In summer, it can be 40 degrees Celsius. But I have no place to go, because sometimes the ashram is overflow with people. And I don't like to stay together with people too much, because they make noise, they snore, and they have diarrhea, and they sometimes smoke pot, everything. So I prefer to stay alone, even one corner alone is better than together with hundreds of others. So okay, I stay there. In the daytime, I cover with the blanket. In the nighttime, I just sleep under the stars and sitting, very, very simple. So when it rains, I don't have much to even move. I just take the chair and the luggage, poof, go into under the veranda roof. Okay. So now, where were we? Jesus. Why I go so far like that?
Can rent a room next to you.
Yeah, then when I go there.
Ex-husband.
Huh? Okay. Yes, because we sometimes sleep together outside, things like that. Or maybe he sleep next door in another corner in the night, but I sleep all day and all night there. It's my quarter. 'Cause I don't have anywhere else to move my stuff inside the house. Everywhere, the cool place, the safe place are all occupied. Even on the floor, everywhere. Sometimes like in Melly, huh? Or anywhere that you go, like hotel, and then you sleep on the floor. Every corner you occupy. So that's the place where I put my stuff all day, all night for 6 months. And then, so it's okay. We don't mind, man, woman. At that time, I don't even think. Just okay, just a friend. So it's okay. Stay here in my room. You can put your stuff here and sleep in this bed. I sleep on the roof anyhow. In the daytime, I'm almost not here because I go out to the Ganges River, swim, take a bath, wash my clothes there, and then put them on the rock to dry. Meanwhile, I hide myself in some of the cave, on the Ganges River side, and I meditate. And then a few hours later, my clothes dry, and I put them back on again. And then I go out shopping. Buy some exciting thing like chapatis and peanut butters. Yeah. And cucumber, yeah? Most of my meal are like that. Or else I buy flour and make chapati myself in the evening. In the evening I make it myself. This is very simple. You buy flour, some salt in it, huh? And then you just have a plate, aluminum plate or dish, a little bit high like this, so you can even cook soup and tea in it, and you can make chapati on top of it. So I just roll the flour together, the way I teach you, and then put on that, and then turn over, and then eat with peanut butter. That's very nice. I live very simple life because at that time I didn't have much money. I didn't ask for my ex-husband, and I didn't want to borrow from anybody. I just stretch, my money as much as possible. Very simple life. So I said to him, you can use my room until you have next room. I don't sleep here, and daytime I'm gone, and nighttime I sleep on the roof. But it doesn't matter if I sleep together with him because he probably, the room we sleep here, he sleep there. We did that sometimes. So, okay, he put his stuff there, very grateful, and then go somewhere else. And in the evening, he came back and sleep on top of the roof also with me. And meanwhile, he found his girlfriend, or I don't know, or the girlfriend just found him, or any girlfriend, I don't know. And then they nestled together next to me, and that's okay with me, all right. And then the next morning, probably my ex-husband came, okay? It's also okay with me. Yeah, it's okay with me. But then he found me, and then he wanted to speak to me, and he wanted to take me around, and he wanted me to be with him, blah, blah, blah. It's okay with me too. But I said to him, well, this is the last day of my 7 days retreat in the middle of the Ganges River. So would you please wait for me until the evening, and I come back? Huh? Because in the middle of the Ganges River over there is a place that's just like an island. But in the daytime you don't see it because the water will cover it, or cover nearly. You can't have access to it. You can, at nighttime cannot go. At daytime you can go. You go when the sun rises and you come back when the sun sets. Then the water is still not so high. You still can see the rock, and you can walk over back to your home. But if it's a little later, the water will be too high, you can't walk, and there's no even boat to bring you from that small island in the middle back to the river bank. So I went there every day to meditate, because there was a very famous master who lived in that, opposite the bank, next to the island. Yeah. And he told me I should go there and meditate in that cave for 7 days, and then you feel good. He told me. I said, okay, why not? I have nothing else to do. Because his disciples always go there and do retreat in the daytime. And nighttime she has to come back because it's dangerous to stay there. Sometimes the water come very high and cover the caves. You can't stay there. So I went there every day and meditate. And that was the last day of my 7-day retreat that I promised the teacher. And then when my husband came. So I said, okay, stay here, wait, I come back. I tell him I come back about 6 o'clock in the evening. 5 o'clock the sun set, and I walk out, and then I walk around, and then there is a boat to take me back to the other side, and I walk for a while, and then about 6 o'clock. Fine, huh? But that day, I couldn't go by boat. There was so much wind and rain. You know, the Ganges water became like an ocean. So much waves, so no boats coming. So I wait for one. I know it's no boat, so I had to turn around and walk many miles upstream, where there will be a bridge, you know, hanging bridge, and then I can cross over there and then run back along the side of the riverside and go back to my mountain up there. So that take longer time. It's about 7 o'clock or more when I reach my place. But my husband already gone. Yeah. And they told me, just left. And I don't know what's going on. So I found my friend. Oop. So scary. I found my friend, you know, the raw food survival into 24th century. So I say, where's my husband? You know? At that time, he was still my husband, so it's okay. He said, oh, he just gone. I said, how he gone? I told him to wait for me here. He said, I don't know. He's just gone. And I said, what's this? Because I recognized it was a movie camera that was belonged to me before I left him. It was given to me by my fiancé, you know, the other one that I did not marry. Also not a doctor. It's a long story. Forget it. I was chased by a couple of doctors, so, but forget it. Just the main one enough for you. Anyhow, that one is very rich, you know. The one that I did not marry, very, very rich. Ooh. He had a big box full of jewelry, you know, antique. I say, that belonged to you. Now I have even more. So that's another story. Okay. My ex-husband are not rich, huh? Just okay, average doctor. But the other one was richer, the one I didn't want to marry. He managed to engage, but that's it. No more. And what was now? Okay. And then I said, what was that? He said, oh, he gave me this movie's camera. I said, why he gave you this camera? It used to belong to me. He didn't say anything, just left. I said, no, he just gave me the camera. I said, now it belongs to you, and then he just left. I said, it's funny. It's really funny. Is there anything else you say to him? He said, no, not really. We just talk, and then your husband asked me, where do I stay? I say, I stay here. In your room. And sleep in your bed. I said, oh, that's it. Oh, I was so mad at him. I said, why are you so stupid? He said, why? It's the truth. Of course, but the truth is not true. Huh? It sounds as if I live with him and we sleep together. And that's why my husband left. I guess, huh? I guess. That's why he threw that camera to him and I left, because that belonged to me. He probably bring it to me, you know, for me. But then he thought because now I live with that guy together, so that camera belonged to him too. Because I belong to him. Oh, okay. Oh, my God. I said, no. This is bad, you know. And I was so kind of mad and kind of panic. And the guy didn't know anything. Said, oh, she changed. It's strange. And then I run, you know. I run after him. I run to the bus stop, find him. But then he's gone. When I arrived, he just gone. A few minutes ago. Just like he left and I come. Just like the movies, you know. Just like those sad romantic movies. Oh, jeez. I asked them, do you see, you know, my husband just left here anywhere? So who is your husband? I said, the one with bird like this, German, tall, you know, handsome. I said, oh, yeah. He just left, you know, which bus long ago? And I said, is there any other bus now? I said, no, last one, gone. It's late. I say, oh. So because I chased him with a horse car, it takes a long time. In India, you have horse car. One horse carry about 10 person. And I ran the whole car. Still couldn't chase after him. He just left. Okay. I don't mind if he misunderstand me, but he's not supposed to be. He just came first time to see me. I didn't want him to get hurt like this. I also didn't want him to see me, but since he came already, I don't want him to have just a bad souvenir to bring home. He came such a long way and we didn't see each other for a year, and I don't want him to feel so bad, Suppose he felt bad, otherwise he wouldn't have throw the camera there and go without saying one word to me and without written even a note to say why. So I didn't go there for that purpose, and he misunderstood. So next day I went to the post office and tried to call him. But to call Delhi from there is like you contact the moon or Mars, Just hello, and then whoop, cut. And before you can even say hello, you have to wait half a day to get the line. There's only one post office, and there's a kind of, old-fashioned kind of transport communication. Because the mountain is Himalaya, there's no such convenient, walkie-talkie mobile phone like we have. So I wait half a day just to say hello, and then it cut. And then I wait another few hours again just to say another hello. And then the other guy don't understand anything about English. I said, get somebody to talk English. Get somebody English. I said, English? No, sorry, bang. Okay, so next, the third time, I wait another 4 hours to get through. And then I asked an Indian guy, who spoke English in the post office. Luckily, I got one. Please tell him I want to talk to somebody who speaks English over there, and don't hang me up again, because it take me a whole day to say hello. So, okay, finally, I got through the message. My husband, is he still there? Because I guess he went back there. I don't know where he went. I guess he went back there because the friend say he want to go back to Germany. Why? He just came there. He want to stay there for 2 weeks holiday, and then he came, don't meet me, and then go back for Germany. So that means he's very sad, So I say, please go and find my husband. I say, who's your husband? We have 1,000 around here with beard and blue eyes and, blonde hair and tall and handsome. I said, no, my husband, so-and-so name, please find him. And then he said, no, we don't know. So I said, okay, so please tell him that, I call, if he comes, such and such name. He said, okay. But then I wasn't sure the man understands, so I might give a kind of telegraph. But I didn't even know that he would receive it. I said, you misunderstood. Please come back immediately. So, and I left it there, but I had no hope that he will receive. And I waited and waited. I don't see any reply. A few days later, I left. I went to further higher region to go to visit those, like Ganges tree, where the source of the Ganges is, the Ganges River is. So I went up there, and very high mountain. And I also didn't say, I did say I go where, but to just random people over in around that area. Then my husband did come back. And then he did ask the people there and chase after me up to the place where I was. I was in the midway only, and then I stay in a hotel, before I go further. At that time, in that place, you still have a hotel, if you can call that a hotel at all. But at least you have a room with 4 walls, like in a prisoner, you have a cell like that, solitary cell, and that's enough, because at least it keeps you solitary from the mosquitoes. You hang your mosquito net there between the 4 walls, on top of the nails that you nail on the wall, and then that's it. You just jump in from the door, and then you're in the mosquito nest and in the 4 wall. And it's cheap, it's not expensive. I can't afford it too much. But when I went there to ask for a room, the person at the registration desk asked me, "You can't stay alone. Do you have a husband?" So I had to say, oh, my husband, yes, I have one. He's coming soon. He's coming in the afternoon. I just say like that, at random. But really, he did come in the afternoon. Afterward, yeah. And then so what happened? I was on the street buying some fruit. I'm sure I told you all this story. Yeah? Maybe in Chinese. Yeah. Maybe in German. Okay. I was planning to write a book, a story of my life, and become a bestseller. There's so many things I cannot even tell you. This is one of those stories, Okay, so I was buying fruit, I booked the hotel, okay, put everything there, I locked my room, and then went out, buy some fruit. I was just choosing some mango, And then suddenly, there were two big hands behind me, cover my face like this. And I was struggling to get free. And there was a voice, very familiar, happy birthday. And I turned around, there he was, my husband. We had the same birthday. Yeah. So I said, okay, happy birthday to you. And so that night he stayed with me there, and then we traveled together up there. I didn't have to explain anymore, because he know I'm alone there. Yeah, and he never asked about the guy with the camera. He probably knew too. When he went there already, probably the guy explained to him that he just borrowed my room. Meanwhile, he had already a room next door, nah? And then with his girlfriend. So probably he went there, then everything is clear. The truth always comes out. Huh? I didn't even have to say anything anymore, because when he found me in the Himalaya alone like that, in a small room alone, then he knows. Okay, and then he was very happy, that I let him travel with him and then walk together to many different places. I show him the Himalaya that I know through the maps. And many of the legends, the stories, the mysticism around concerning those places, and he was fascinated. Yeah, but he was a non-believer. He was a Catholic though, until he didn't pay the church tax, and then they kick him out. He said, I believe in God, but I don't believe in church tax. So the priest also did not believe in him. So he said, because I don't pay church tax, I will not be able to marry you in the church. That was before, before we married. I said, I don't mind, marry anywhere. And also he's not prayed for when he died. The funeral service, they don't give him. Because he don't pay church tax, he couldn't attend church and all that. I said, okay, never mind. I call all my Buddhist teacher come pray for you. He said, even if I don't pay tax for the temple, he said, no, we don't have just tax system in Buddhism. We pray for free. And since you're dead anyhow, you couldn't pay anything. It's all right. So he was very happy that the Buddhist monks are better. He said, my God, 25% tax is wicked, I can't afford it. He said, can't afford it. He was a doctor, but then he continued to study and research more in his subject so that he can be better doctor, So he had money. We live on well, but not very famous, not very rich. It's okay. Because he also was just graduate not long ago, and he has to do his internship and apprenticeship, for 2-3 years without not much pay. And also I have to buy a house and all that, So I understood. I never demand him anything. He give me what he can, and always unasked. Very generous husband, very considerate. I never complained about him, never, nothing. Except sometimes some woman patients or nurses, they they felt like they should need some protection from him sometimes, and it take longer than is necessary. They even came to my house for protection. Then I was a little bit, angry. Otherwise, not much. Oh, where were we? Huh? Huh? Happy birthday. Okay, fine. That's it. That's where he found me, It's funny how he found me just like that. Always. He always find me wherever he wanted. Before that, he went all over to many post office, before the Rishikesh, Before that, the first time, he went I said, how you find me in Rishikesh? He said, he went to every post office, every bank, and asked whether such and such small Asian lady come here, get money, or post letter, or blah, 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 anything like that, or not. So, no. He traced me in every way he can, Traced me into the ashram where I just left. I left in 3-4 ashram, and he chased them all up to there, but then I just left. Just like in the movies, I told you. He came and I just left before that, just a few minutes or maybe last night, something like that. And then he traced to the last place where he met me at the spring water. Okay, now. So we went together everywhere, blah, 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 like that, and came back. Later on, he had to go home. And I continue my search for spiritual wisdom in India. At that time, I already had some, but I thought I still need some more, in case. And so I continue a lot. So that was it. Well, this story just... Okay, fine. This story, sometimes I want to remember, just to remind me that sometimes people can be very wrongly accused, or wrongly judged by just outer action, by just simply the so-called facts, but it's not the truth. Yeah. If that lousy guy just say a few words more, would have saved my husband tickets and time and agony that he had to go through for 4 or 5 days. He still loved me at that time, and he expected me to sit cross legs and somewhere, like a holy person, not to run around with a guy like that. And survival up to the 24th century with him. So I didn't want to hurt him so much, he was very hurt, that's why he left immediately. Don't say even one word, don't even say goodbye, nothing. He was a gentleman, you see, he didn't want to trouble my new relationship. Thanks a lot, I didn't need it. That lousy guy keeps saying more, he knows he's my husband. Why he say, I live here, I sleep here? He could have said more, okay, she lent me her room, but we are not boyfriend, girlfriend. Then I would be more grateful instead of being mad at him later. And I was mad at him and he was surprised. Oh, you changed. Because I have never been mad before during all this time in the ashram or anywhere else, and everybody knows. I was a smiling angel, And I had no reason to be mad at anybody, except that he's too stupid to not to be mad at, I say, you're just so stupid. And that I left, and he said, oh, you changed. What would you say in my case? Huh? What would you say? Yeah, same, huh? Or maybe more, huh? Maybe say it with fingers. I had to do that sometimes too, during my pilgrimage journey sometimes, because some guys, they are very rude. In India, a woman don't walk alone, don't go out alone, don't stay alone overnight anywhere, because then you will be looked down upon as not good, or taken advantage of all the time. So of course I have to go everywhere alone. I couldn't find anyone to go with me. My husband didn't want to come with. I didn't have any friend who has the same crazy idea that I had at that time. So how I not go alone? Huh? So I go alone everywhere. I mean, sometimes, people come and make trouble for me, you know. Okay, it's okay, just talk, and then I say, okay, I don't want it, go away. But during my meditation and go disturb me and touch my face and all this, you know. And so, of course, I have to give him some kind of proof that, bang, like this, really give into his face, you know, and he's still there, and I give another one, bang. And then he understood the language. Because the verbal language failed to convince him that I don't want to have anything to do with him. So I had to give him some kind of, you know, like sign language. I don't think it hurt him so much. It just shocked him, and then he knows. Okay, sometimes like that. You had to do that. And sometimes children, they throw stone at you if you happen to go through Muslim village or town. Because after I have so much trouble with men, you know, I put on my monk's robe. First I thought I don't want to wear it because it's too eye-catching, you know. It's very yellow, you know. It's Tibetan, yellow and pink, red and all that. And sometimes Indian monk. I was ordained into two traditions, Indian and Tibetan. And I have both of the robe set, and that's all I carry with me. Besides of my two, that was after I have more transportation. And one set Tibetan, one set of Indian, and one set of the white. I left one in another place. I had two before, a white like pajama, like tunic, yeah, that I went to Himalaya with. There was only two, but after I was ordained, I have two more. So I wear them alternatively, yeah, to let people know that I'm a nun, huh? And even if I travel alone, I don't mess about with you, so leave me alone. But then I have another problem. Like everybody want to come and take me home, you know, to worship and to offer. In India, they respect monks and nuns so much. They call them saint. Yeah, they call you Babaji, Maharaji, Mahatmaji, Mataji, Chi. And they want to bring me home to feed me, clothe me, give me milk, give me bath, give me room, things like that. Because these people are renunciate people. But I don't know, they are not always kind to other monks and nuns. It's just to me. But I have to always refuse, you know, because I don't like to be worshipped that way. I just go around and I'm just an ordinary person. But that's okay, also fine. And one time I went into a very big camping camping place. That was in Haridwar. Haridwar means gate of heaven. It's one of the very big, famous, important, holy pilgrim place in India. And every 12 years, you know, they have a Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela means a gathering of all the saints and seers and sages in India. It doesn't matter where the person stay, where the monks or the seer or the yogis, you know, the saint and the sage is the one who can see things and future and all that, one who can see psychically all that, or the one who already attained enlightenment and all that, or one who had not attained enlightenment and all that. Sometimes they hide themselves in caves, in mountains, remote. But at that time of Kumbh Mela, every 12 years they would gather in that place together. And people would come in millions to prepare thousands, hundreds of thousands of tents, you know, free of charge for these monks and also for the pilgrims, whoever like to overnight there. Of course, never enough. But still, they reserve one tent for me. When I just passed by and I said, could I sleep somewhere? And they lead me to one very big tent, as big as this, front place quarter together for me. I was so scared because it's too big for me. And then later the monk and other people want to come in and sleep with me, you know. But I was so scared, I'm not used to it. They sleep so near, you know. And sometimes they want to hug you and all that. I said, no, I'm ticklish, you know, cannot do that. So I ran out and went to another tent. I think that monk was a little funny. I went to another tent where I sleep with more people. I feel safer. But even though that is a very full tent already, very full, very full. And I sleep on edge of the tent, and with all the smelling feet and, kicking around and slapping around hands all the time. And I could hardly sleep. So finally, I woke up and went out, And then that monk chased after me. He said, go back, sleep in that big tent. I said, no, I don't want it, thank you. He said, no, you have to go back. I said, no, I don't have to. And he said, no, you must. If you don't go back, I say, you're stealing something. I said, come on. And he still tried to force me there, So I just pretend that I go there. And then after I see him, just walk around, I go through the back, under the tent. I crawl under the tent and go through the back and then run away. I was scared of him. I even had to protect myself from monk. Can you believe that? Alone is very dangerous. So be careful. He forced me there. So he said, I will steal something, so that I have to stay. Can you believe that? Maybe he just wanted to protect me, because he says it's dangerous out there to go alone, and I don't know it, but I say it can't be more dangerous than this. I thought it couldn't be more dangerous. I was scared, I was alone. And that man was so strong. I don't know if he's a real monk or not. Even if he wear monk's robe, Anybody can wear monk's robe in India if you want to. And if you grow a bear as well, wow, you have everything you want. Because you're holy. People worship the monk's robe and the bear, Really, I tell you, if you're fed up with America, with all the tax system and the low pay wages, you just go to India, grow a bear. A bear, right? Mọc râu á. A bird, yeah? And a mustache, yeah, as well, together. And let it grow as long as possible. And to be sure, you dye it in white. And then you sit next to the Ganges River, just sit there, do nothing. And then in front of you, like magic, will appear fruit, milk, chapatis, curry, anything you want. And sometimes all the beautiful girls are prostrating in front of you, the holy sage. Really, if you have a bear, people think you're holy. Luckily, I didn't have one. Even I tried to grow her, I can't. So I said to myself, forget the sainthood. Who need it? That's true, huh? Well, it's just a joke, but it's not too far from the truth. So when you go to India, even though the climate is so hot and sticky sometimes, you wonder why all the men grow long beard, Okay, that's just by the way, huh? Where were we? I forgot. Where were we? Huh? Huh? Oh yeah, I sneak out of the tent and run away. I know where he was, so I sneak where he cannot find me. I went very far away and then go back to the gate. And I tried to find a very quiet corner to meditate. And there are some, corner from the house or tent here and there, but never quiet. How can you find a quiet corner when you're in the middle of millions of people? And they talk all day, all night, and they walk all day, all night, and the dust are flying all over like cloud, 24 hours a day. And I wasn't used to it. And I began to feel regretful to have ever set foot in this Kumbh Mela. But it was so tempting, after you reach Yogananda and Himalaya master, and or things like that, the living master, all that, Kumbh Mela is a rare thing. Because you don't just stay there 12 years just to see one. And sometimes I forget which year is that, Just happened that year happened. And I was very lucky in that year also, the Kumbh Mela, and many very rare masters that I found before they just dropped dead. Yeah, some live a very long year, 200 years, 300 years, and 250 years, everything, a lot. And that year also, the Dalai Lama also gave a very rare kind of teaching. I didn't benefit much because I didn't hear anything. The translation was lousy. The microphone was out of date, like from the World War III system, World War II museum. So you could hear all the echo. Besides, there was a couple, the Western couple, who happened to find I'm very attractive as a babysitter, so they throw their baby at me. All this time, and the baby plucked my nose, fiddle my ears, and pull my clothes, So I was very busy buttoning all the time and keeping away from his finger that poked into my nose at the wrong time, and I atch him all the time. And he squeezed in my ears and then kissed me with his wet lips and, scratched my face, everything, and then screaming and talked to me in all kind of language I didn't know. So I never had a chance to hear one word what the Dalai Lama had to say. Not to talk about translation or anything like that. And I could not even move because I was right in the front, next to the holy people. And I'm supposed to be holy with a monk robe and that. I can't even complain. I can't even move. And the baby was just torturing me for 3 hours long. And I said, oh, well, never mind. If the other couple has enlightenment, I probably have some merit as well as a babysitter. And they were so devoted and so attentive to the Dalai Lama that I had no heart to throw back the baby at them, And they seemed to completely forget that they even have a baby. And they forgot me and the baby altogether. Because it's a rare chance that the Dalai Lama, the Holy King of Tibet, gave such kind of initiation. It's supposed to make you become Buddha either in 4 lifetimes or in 16 lifetimes. So you can wait. No? And the initiation is very complicated. First, the Dalai Lama had to... Can I go on about this kind of thing? It would take long, I can go on and on from one thing after another because it's just one of the things. Tell me if it's too late. Okay. So first of all, it's not in Delhi, okay? It's not in Bombay next to the airport or first class hotel, anything like that. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the mountain, very high mountain, and a barren mountain as that. It's like a desert mountain. And then people there who live, those Tibetan nuns and monks or residents, they dig caves into the mountain there and live there. But they were fabulous place. In the evening, I saw all the mountain turn into silver and gold. And all the sky will glitter, And I keep telling people, my God, what a wonderful place. It's so gold and silver. And they say, where? And I say, here, the mountain. And they say, no, the mountain is gray. It's not silver. I say, no, it's glittering. Nobody see anything the way I saw. And I thought it's like that. I can't believe what they don't believe. I can't believe because it's so obvious that the mountain is glittering like silver and mountain and gold. And the sky glittering with all kind of light, I said, there, here, everywhere. And they look everywhere, but nobody see. And I was beginning to wonder whether they are crazy or I am crazy. But I think my craziness is nicer because it's colorful and glittering. So it's okay. Okay, so just, we slowly go to that. Huh? And then so the Dalai Lama had to travel from Dharamsala, is where his abode is. He has a kind of palace there, huh? And then very far away from that place. What's other place? I forgot the name. Just now I forgot. But I know. I still can remember if I want to. No. Never mind. I will, if I write a book, I will add it in later, okay? Anyhow, very far away place, huh? And the Dalai Lama is okay because he has transportation. The army will help him with a jeep, and all that. And all his subordinates and entourage will go together with him. They went there 10 days before the initiation. First, he has to purify himself by initiating himself. I don't know how that's done, but then he put some kind of flower, white flower, like a band of white dry flower on top of his head like this. Now you have a headband, and then that's a kind of white flower, but dry. Then he had to sit on top of kusha grass kind of seat, prepared for him, and then all the monks surround him in a glass house. 10 days, 10 nights, they have to recite mantras, sutras, and mudras. Mudra means you do the gesture by hand like this, different gesture. Yeah, when you are reciting the mantra and the sutra, you do the mudras together. That's all kind of complicated. And then ring the bell at the same time, yeah, and swing your body back and sidewise like this. The way the Tibetans do, nah? And sometimes they also put the gong and all that. It's very beautiful also, huh? Very systematic, very rhythmatic, and very holy kind. Huh? The chanting is kind of deep and throaty tone. Ma ma. Ma. And then you feel airy, even though if you don't know what it is, but you feel impressed and airy and very holy indeed, you feel awesome, huh? Respectful, huh? And you became also very aware of something beyond yourself, beyond this ordinary life. Because the mountain and the place alone also impress you. Out of middle of nowhere, it's only mountain, no residence. But then you see some holes in the wall, in the mountain wall, and the nuns and monks appear there with colorful dresses, and they wear beautiful hat like the Russian one, The nuns, the nuns, they were beautiful because they wear the hat, they cover their bald head, and they look so dignified. And the color of the dress they wear, mostly burkan color, burkan, wine color. And then they drop some yellow kind of outfit on it, and chasa, a piece of how you call it? Help me. Look like blanket, but it's packed together 100 pieces. Quilt, yeah. And then wrap around their shoulder, look real holy and ancient. Nah? And that's why I wanted to become Tibetan monk as well. Because they just look beautiful. I had some of these clothes set before. Oh, I think you saw me in the picture, huh? Okay, so now we forget about that. And then out of middle of nowhere like that, 10,000s of people came and walk around all day making a lot of dust. Because there they don't have cement, they don't have paved road, they don't have stone paved road, nothing, just dirt. Dusty. Because the mountain is also bare. Because they cut whatever grass and tree they can find to burn, to cook. So the mountain has nothing at all. But it glows like silver and gold in the night. In my eyes, huh? Other people's eyes, it's also dirt and gray, nothing. They told me it's cold, it's nothing. I said, okay, fine, yeah. All right, then the Dalai Lama had to do like that for 10 days, purify himself and the monks together before he gave initiation for these people. So they were very, very kind of solemn kind of occasion. It's not like just walk through initiation like here, or walk in convenient method the way we do. But we have more experience. I didn't have any experience at that time. But you're supposed to, when you dream, when you go to sleep at night, they tell you how to dream. You must dream of something. And if you dream of monks or kings or that, then it's supposed to be auspicious. Then you become Buddha very soon. I don't know how soon, but it's supposed to be very soon. But you just have to believe it. And if you happen to dream about devil, a woman and all that, then it's no good. Yeah. So I was trying very hard to dream of the monks, but I haven't seen any that come to my dream. And nothing come at all. I sleep, probably I snore. I know the monks or the woman or devil, whatever it is, scared and run away. I meditated hard and then I slept, but nothing came. Except the silver and gold mountain and the glittering sky with light. I don't see nothing more. But I saw that before everything, before initiation. Actually, it wasn't initiation. I hear nothing. I was busy, with the pokey nose baby and with his napkins and his wet, slimy lips, kissing me and all that, and try to talk to me all the time. I can't hear nothing except his baby blah blah. No. So I don't consider I was entitled to be a Buddha very soon, even if I saw some monks in my dream. And that was it. So a lot of people went there for initiation. He has many Western disciples who come all over the place to see him, especially in such occasion. And before you get there, you had to walk sometime many 10 of miles because there's no car. You have to walk through river, climb many mountains, and sometimes you happen to be lucky and you have some truck meanwhile. So you have to combine, you go by bus, and then you go by train, and then you go by hiking, and then you go by horse car, and then all the time you go by buffalo cars, and then all the time you walk through mountains, climb the mountains, and then all the time you walk through tunnels, dug through the mountain, all the time you swim through the river, and then all the time you happen to find some truck that they go around in the mountain. They want to carry rocks, and then if there's empty space behind, they let you come up one rupee each person. 1 rupee is maybe about half of a cent in American money. Yeah, over there is different, huh? Yeah, very cheap. Okay. But the trucks are very dangerous place to be on, because there's no roof, nothing, and the truck is high, and the mountain road is very tricky. There are a lot of rocks that is hanging from the mountain on top of your head, so you have to watch out, because if you stand up or you sit on the truck and your head a little bit above the roof, then the rock will hit you. So you always sit, hit, and bow, stand, so your head always have a chance to exercise. Either turn left, turn right, turn to the front, or turn backward. It's up to you, up to the situation. But you have to be fast, or the mountain rock will send your head somewhere else and then send your body to the Dalai Lama properly. So very dangerous, but better than nothing. And then that, not to mention the way the truck drive, because the mountain road is very windy like this, and then sometimes it's very stiff, and the road is not paved, and you walk you stay on that just like you are riding on a horse, it gallop like this, and sometimes you have to stop because landslide. The rock and the sand will run all over on your plate, on your head, and then you have to stand up for your right and shake all the sand and get all the stone from your ears and then run, and then wait until the landslide over, or it never over. Then you have to run back again, find another road, and then run through another mountain. It's longer distance, and then walk again. Sometimes people die, the whole buses or the whole truck, because landslide come without warning. The whole mountain seems just like sliding down upon you and then send you rocketing to the pit under there, which about sometimes many miles deep. You don't see the bottom, so you never see the bus again. So very dangerous, yeah? But it was exciting. I was young and stupid, so nothing really scares me. But everything scares me now. Everything. When you get old, you don't have courage anymore. Now if you pay me $2 million US, ask me go back, do the same journey again, I say, no, keep yours. Really, it was very challenging, And then sometimes you walk through, because you can't bring too many things with you, and you have your luggage, like a sleeping bag and some clothes, then you have to put it on your head with the plastic bag. You have to protect your clothes, because if you wet this one that you wear and you don't have another one to change immediately after you came out of the icy river, then you can become one with the river again, You cold, you stiff, then they throw you in the river, and then you become one. So that's the problem. See, you have to protect your clothes. You put it on your head, or even when you swim, you have to put it on your neck, with the plastic bag and on your back so you don't get it wet. At least you must have one pair of dry clothes to change immediately after you swim in the river, or walk through the river even. You see? So it's not that easy. The way I try to find the truth is hard way. But it was okay with me. Whatever would I do at that time? I had nothing else to do except to find the truth that I want to seek. See? So anyhow, finally we arrived. And it was such a beautiful and romantic place, I told you. And then we stayed there for maybe 2 weeks. Until the initiation over. And still can stay on for a while. And I told you already, the Dalai Lama was always very kind to me, Especially, I don't know why. Every time I see me, he spotted me in the crowd. Ha! Hello, come here. And then he always gave me some of the precious medicine that he made himself. This medicine is specially Tibetan. I probably told you already. It's made of 72 different kind of precious stones and rare medical substance. It maybe over 100 substance together in one little tiny pill like this. And it comprised of a lot of precious stones, even like lapis lazuli and all that kind of thing, in powder. And all kind of very rare Tibetan mountain medicine plant herbs that combine together. And it's supposed to combat all kind of disease, make you live long life, and all kind of negative power will be defeated. A small pill like this, but very expensive. Even his brother, the Dalai Lama brother, had to buy it himself. Not for free. And he couldn't afford it. He buy it. Maybe he can buy 3 at a time only. But the Dalai Lama give me a handful all the time. But I had to tell you, there's some animal substance in it. So I never took any. But it's no problem. It's not waste. I can just distribute it to his hunger disciple, and they all worship me like king. Because I don't have any. I saw that I was the only one that he ever gave personally medicine like this. Every time he saw me, he gave me medicine. Yeah, he probably think I need it. I probably look so bad. Yeah, I had some kind of scratch sometime because of climbing the mountain. And I have sometime insect bite, mosquito sometime, Or probably I didn't look so... Then I didn't look so smooth then. I didn't put any cream on my face, no makeup or nothing. And sometimes I climb the mountain and I don't take care, so sunburn and all that, it's peeling, and scratch from the trees and kind of thorny bushes, bushes from my arms and faces and all that. So he probably think I desperately need some care. He was just a very kind person. I don't know whether he's holy or not, we don't talk, but he was a very good human being, very gentle, very kind. That's why a lot of people like him, even though they're not his disciple, Tibetan Buddhist, nothing. That's why many people became Buddhist also, and recite mantras and run around with the circumambulate with this, I don't know, they have a kind of Dharma wheel, they call it. Every Tibetan have one. They always go around running either with the beads, prayer beads, or with the prayer wheel, They turn around 24 hours. They say they're turning it because it's just like the rhythm of the universe, like the earth also turning, So turning the wheel of the Dharma. There's a symbolic of the wheel of the Dharma, the teaching. So everybody go around with that all the time. And some Western people, when they converted into Buddhism, they also buy one. And everybody have a bowl like this, so you can drink tea. Everywhere you go as a monk, you must have a wooden bowl like that. So because everywhere you go, people will offer tea and eat, and you put it in the bowl. But I don't eat them. there's food because it's always non-vegetarian. Except when you became a monk, the day you shave your head with your master, that's the day all the master and disciple eat vegetarian. They also know vegetarian, but they don't eat that all the time. Just at that day. Yeah. Well, they're used to it. In Tibetan, they say they're used to eating meat. Huh? But some of the Tibetan monks are vegetarian by occupation. For example, the oracle monk, he must, as a rule, be a vegetarian at all times. The oracle monk is a monk who has to predict the future and some kind of event by psychic power for the interest of the public. Yeah? Sometimes the Dalai Lama consulted them for some event. Sometimes they have to predict the future of the nation or what the outcome of a very strange event, like predict the future and all that, huh? Like horoscope reading, but on a larger scale. And some other monks, they have like the weather forecast man monk, like because he have to make the weather nice whenever Dalai Lama or some high Lama have to give lecture, because they don't have a big place, so they give lecture in the open air. And a lot of people come like that. Then they have to make sure that during this 1 week or 2 weeks, the weather is tip-top condition every day. No raining allowed. So these are different kind of monks, This weather monks, he has to sit in meditation all day, all night and control the weather. Send all the rain, the hurricane, the typhoon back to Taiwan or somewhere else. Yeah, it's true. I had also the honor to study with some of them. And I probably was too stupid, and I told it to some of my disciples. And that's how it came, the story of making rain in San Jose last time. And that's how some people scolded me for boasting. Remember? Yeah. Remember the story? Okay. I didn't really boast. I didn't even make rain anymore. I just tell him that, okay, I go and find some rain gods where he drink wine and get drunk and sleep somewhere. I just spank them and make them get up and make rain for you. I made joke with the man who tried to sell me the place in San Jose. And he believed in me. And that's why it rains. Maybe he believed was so strong. And after I come back to San Jose again later, and he showed me the lake that he asked me to make rain there before. He said, this is the lake where the San Jose people, some of them drink, and it's all empty. Can you make rain? Because your disciples say you can do anything. I said, no, I'm not sure if I can, but I can find the rain gods, Probably he get drunk somewhere. I just scold him and send him back to work for you. Maybe it works. And I just said, maybe, huh? Then it really worked, Immediately afterward, the rain fall, and then the half of the lake full. So when he came back, I came back to San Jose again. He showed me the place that I should buy, every paper ready to sign. And he showed me, only half. Please fill another half too. I said, well, I don't know about that. Let's see. But immediately it rained again later, and the whole lake full again. Remember last time? It was the first time I came to San Jose, and it was maybe first or second time, and it has been dry for 6 years, remember? And many cows dies, many animals dies, many farmers dies, many orchards dies. Died because no water. Orange and all that became very expensive at that time. A lot of farmers bankrupt, and many cows died. So that was the famous thing that my disciple make trouble for me. Because one of our sister told the agency that want to sell the land for me that, oh, my master, she can do anything. So the only thing that person want for me at that time was rain, because I don't have water there. So he bring me to, but it happened that the mountain I bought is next to the lake also, and the lake normally have to be full for the resident around there to use, but it was all empty. until the last drop already. You can see the whole leg dry. So he said, please feel it. I said, how, what? He said, your disciple tell me you can do anything, anything. So this is nothing to you, right? Okay. Anyhow, I just study a lot of things, but I don't use them anymore because there's no need. You can make rain, that's for sure. That's no problem. You can stop the wind, yeah, if you know how. These are just if you can dig deep into the secret formula of the universe. And it's kind of science. It's like science, you know. It's just like before we don't have wireless telephone. We don't have cordless mobile phone. Now we do. If suppose 200 years ago, if you talk to some people long distance in a box like that, and the other one receive your voice just like next door in another box like this, you know, black and small in your hand, people would think you're a magician, right? But now it's ordinary. So some science about the universe have been lost to our knowledge, and we think it's superstition or impossible. Nothing is impossible. Even flying through the air, or live a few hundred years, or 1,000 years. Nothing is impossible. But what for do you want to? Did I tell you the story about the long-lived lake water? No? Not even that? Jesus Christ. What didn't I all tell you, huh? Okay. Supposedly there was one lake in India, very deep, high in the Himalaya, with the elixir water that has the ability to grant you long life. Okay? So Alexander the Great, the one who conquered nearly the whole earth before, remember? Also want to have that kind of elixir water so he can live long, because there are a few more countries he didn't conquer yet and he was getting old. So he went to the lake. It's very difficult to find that lake, you know, because not many people know. But then because of his power, you know, he has a lot of spies and FBI, CIA agency has been able to find it for him. So finally he was there in front of the lake, and he was about to drink it. And then suddenly there come a very husky voice and said, Your Majesty, don't drink it. No, actually he didn't say like this. He said like this, Your Majesty, don't drink it. He threw himself at the feet of the emperor. Oh no, he threw himself at the feet of the emperor. I said, please, Your Majesty, don't drink the water. It's dangerous. And the emperor, you know, Alexander the Great said, why? How can it be dangerous to me? Because the elixir will give me long life, and I will conquer the whole world, and I will conquer the moon, the sun, and the whole universe if I live long. What's the problem with you? Why you obstruct me from drinking this water? And the old man say, look at me. I drank the water many hundred years ago. What will become of me now? You can see for yourself. I cannot die, and I can't live like this. The reason why I live on, because I just want to keep this water. I want to stop anybody who come here and drink it. So Alexander the Great got the market. It's supposed to be a legend, I don't know if it's true or not. I wasn't there. Obviously, Alexander the Great, emperor, did not drink it because he died, right? Where were we? Before the lake, where were we? Huh? Where were we before the lake? Huh? San Jose. Oh, that was too old-fashioned. All right. Okay. I remember now. Okay. The monks, the Tibetan monks, with different magical power. Okay. So anyhow, so you know already, about the rain monks and the rain monks and the oracle, The oracle monks supposed to be vegetarian. I'm just telling you. That's all. Okay. Otherwise, most of the other monks are non-vegetarian, except the day they shave their head or their disciples shave their head to become monk. And so I never ate those food that offered by them. I just drink tea. The tea is very peculiar, and even though it sounds good and nutritious, it's like you have butter, and they put the butter in the hot tea. See, so they call it butter tea. Even though it's very good for the cold climate, like Himalaya, but it has a very strong, peculiar taste, and you have to be used to it. Or you have to be dead thirsty, and then don't smell nothing anymore, just drink it. But you get used to it. It's quite tasty. It's just that you would probably never drink this kind of tea in your whole life if you don't meet Tibetan people, because it's salty and buttery. It's not the ordinary tea that we drink, either plain or sugar, sweetened. This one is made with butter and salt, so it's very salty. It's good for them, because salt in such a region is like gold. You know that? So in Vietnam, when I was young, I know people used to trade, some of the precious things from the mountain people with salt, because the mountain people, they need salt so much, because it's so hot, so high there, and if they don't have salt, they dehydrate somehow, so they need it a lot. So the plain people in the city used to cheat them, bring them salt, but take silver and precious stone and all kind of horns, and or elephant tusk, tiger skin, anything from them they give. If you just make salt too valuable to them that they have to beg you for it, because the mountain folks are very innocent people, very pure, and they're dying for salt. Salt, S-A-L-T. So sometimes they're cheated a lot by the people from the city. Oh God, where I'm going? From Tibet to Vietnam, from tea to elephant tusk. What else should I tell you?